Dead as a Doornail, Book 6 of the Stan Kraychik Mysteries. Author, Grant Michaels. Publisher, St. Martin's Press, New York. Narrator, Eric Aust. Chapter 23. The fifth tape is a continuation of Branco's interview with Chip Holton. Branco's opening remarks inform Chip that he is entitled to an attorney, but Chip declines again. Brave boy. Branco's voice sounds very supportive now, and I have my first doubts about the objectivity of this second round with Chip. Branco says, "You stated earlier that you were at 101 Wiltham Street yesterday morning to meet with Thorne Hightower?" "That's right, sir." Chip is still making with the sir business, so he must be aiming for extra points. Branco says, "Is that why you injured your foot?" "Yes, sir," says Chip. "Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier." "You can explain it now." Branco sounds like an archetypical nurturing dad. Chip explains that he hurt his ankle when his foot crashed through one of the rotten stair treads in the old house. Branco asks him why he was walking around the place. Chip says he was restless. "Meanwhile, I'm wondering if he can sue me for injuring himself on my property." "Just let the little trespasser try it." "Restless," says Branco. Chip explains, "Like I said before, I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Thorne." Branco says, "We've spoken with Mr. Hightower, and he states that he was in the house yesterday morning and that he did speak with Tim Shignasi." Chip says, "Thorne wasn't there when I got there." Branco says, "We also have a statement by Myron Kratz, who claims that he was at the old house too, and he found Tim Shignasi's body on the stairs. That's when he found your nail file." A pause follows. Branco continues, "If Mr. Kratz's statement is true, that implies that you were in the house before he was." Chip says, "So what if I was?" His voice is a little shaky now. Branco says, "But you stated that no one else was in the house with you." "That's true," says Chip, but he sounds uncertain. "No one," says Branco. "No," says Chip. "I told you, no one." "Well," says Branco, "at some point between the time you went in and the time you came out, Tim Shignasi's body appeared in that house. Now, how do you explain that?" Another pause. Then finally comes Chip's faint voice. "I can't. It's your word against Mr. Kratz. Is that why you beat him?" It's about time Branco accused Chip of his crime. "But I told you," said Chip. "I didn't beat him. I just put my hand around his neck, and I tried to hurt him that way, but I didn't hit him. I know I didn't hit him." Branco presses him. "What are you hiding? Who are you trying to protect?" "Look," says Chip, "look, I think I'd better tell you. Thorne was definitely there before me." "How do you know that?" says Branco. "I just do." "You have to be specific," says the cop. "Tell me why you know that Thorne Hightower was there before you." I scream out loud, "Because he saw the lens cap!" But no one hears me in my living room. Chip says, I think I might need a lawyer now." "Do you want to stop the interview?" says Branco. No, says Chip. "I'll tell you now. I don't think I can wait any longer. It's been bothering me for 2 days. I want to get it off my chest." His nicely sculpted, well-developed chest. "Go ahead," says Branco, the comforting dad. "The truth is," says Chip, "that kid was already in there when I went in." "And me out of bonbons." "So you weren't alone," says Branco. "No," says Chip. "I lied before, and he was already dead. Are you changing your original statement?" "Yes, sir. I'm telling you the truth now. You'll ask me why I didn't tell you this before, and I'll ask you. Would you have admitted something like that? Would you have said that kid was already dead when you walked in there? How does that make me look?" "It makes me look like I killed him. But I didn't even know him, so why should I kill him? When I saw him lying on the stairs, I went up there to see if I could help him. That's when my foot went through the stairs. I got to where he was, and I felt his neck for a pulse. But he was dead. That's when I hightailed it out of there. real fast. I was afraid Thorne would come in and think I did it. Why would he think that? Says Branco. Just from how it looked, says Chip. With me there and the kid lying on the stairs, I had to run. It was bad enough that I wanted to break away from Thorne and the photography. I was really nervous this morning. I wasn't sure what would happen with Thorne, and I didn't want to find out. I'm sorry I lied about finding the kid. I just didn't know what else to do. Branco says, how long were you in the house? Chip hesitates. About 10 minutes. And what were you doing during that time? Like I said, I was walking around, thinking about the photo shoot. Then I saw the kid on the stairs, and after a moment, Chip adds, that's how I know Thorne was there before me. A long pause follows. Then Branco says, Mr. Holton, at this time, Mr. Kratz has not filed a formal charge against you. I've taken your statement, and the fact is I have no other reason to hold you here at this time, so you're free to go now. What? An admitted fag basher goes free? Just don't leave town, says Branco. No, that's for me to do. Branco says, you'll still have to answer any charges brought by Mr. Kratz. Chip says, I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry about everything. I was wrong to hurt Myron, but he made me feel so ashamed. What do you want to do? I'm just not that kind of person. I guess I lost control. I'll face whatever punishment I deserve for hurting him. Branco terminates the interview, but somehow manages to leave the tape running a few seconds longer, creating a moment much like Citizen Kane's boo-boo, where he believes the microphone is off and no one else can hear him. Branco says to Chip, it takes a lot of courage to admit things you might be ashamed of. Then the tape goes silent. Nice way to end the show with typical macho logic. I'll listen to the tapes again later on before broiling them as Tina instructed me to. Right now I want to get outdoors and catch the last rays of evening light, so I head over to Snips Salon to see Nicole. A Gay Mysteries audiobooks. I think it is easy to hate a label, but a face humanizes the word. So this effort is twofold. To offer comfort to those like myself that your world didn't end because you don't fit into the view of acceptable society on both sides. And in hopes of helping those with family that are LGBTQ, that it doesn't mean we are aliens from the child they once knew. Reassure them so they can maybe be supportive at the same time, being true to their values.